Alrighty, we are officially in the world of hyperbolas. So, as always, we can always just graph it, see what it says, but we don't really have to do that. I'm going to refer to the handy dandy little tool called View an Example. And this says, first thing we're going to do is locate the x-intercepts, and that's the square root of whatever is underneath that x value. Okay, so for us, the square root of 9 is 3. So we're going to have intercepts at 3 and negative 3. Okay, they're always on each side here. Okay, then for the y value, what we're going to do is we take the square root of whatever is next to the y, and that tells us how far up to go for the y there. Okay, so the square root of 16 is 4. So that means from each of these x-intercepts, we're going to go up and down 4. Sorry for my curvy axis there. What this does is this draws somewhat of a rectangle. And it helps us draw in these asymptotes. So these asymptotes are values that are not part of the graph, but they just help us draw in the shape of the hyperbola. So first thing we do is we take the square root of that x value, and that tells us the intercepts. You do a positive or a negative. Okay, then you take the square root of the y value, and that tells you how far up or down to go from that intercept, and then you draw your box, and then the diagonals of that box turn into your asymptotes. Now we're going to use the intercept and the asymptotes to draw in the curve of our hyperbola. Beautiful. So I got to look for which one. I should have points at 3, 4, and then negative 3, 4. That's not this. Oh, it's hard to tell. This goes by 2s, I think. This looks like 3, 3. Don't want that. So I'm just kind of looking at the points here. This looks like 3, 4. This looks promising. Looks like it's got, I'm going to say it's B. See if we're right. Yay, we're right. And again, you can always just graph it on Desmos. All right, same deal. We're going to see the graph of this equation. Now, what I want to do is I'm just going to put it in Desmos because I feel like that would be way quicker. What we could do is we could divide by that 64. Divide everything by 64, and that would help us figure out 4 over 64. What is 4 over 64? I don't know. I don't know. Can you tell I'm getting tired? Okay, let's clear that. 4 divided by 64. Enter. Oh, wait. Oh, it's right here. 1 over 16. Cool. Okay. So if we divide by that 64, we end up with, so this puts it in that format where I could take the square root. So x-axis should have intercepts at plus or minus 8, and the y-axis, from there, you should go up 4, down 4. So we should have points at 8, 4, yeah, and all that good stuff. So I'm thinking it's between B or D here. We should be at 8, and go up 4. Gosh, it's so close. I would just guess which one. Nope, not right one. That's going to be D. Bam. So I would divide to get it equal to 1 and then take the square root of that x to figure out where it crosses the x-axis. That's the best thing to do. Okay. This equation, because it's just got the x squared, it's going to be a parabola. Yeah. If x is the only one that's squared, it's a parabola. And then the only graph that's a parabola here is A. Yeah, we're so smart. Yeah. Now this one, it's got a minus sign in the middle, and both x and y are squared, so this is a hyperbola. And the only one that's a hyperbola is D there. Okay, let's go to 9. Last one. Okay, this one here, they want you to identify what it is and then sketch the graph. I would just go ahead and throw it in Desmos. I believe, here we go. Here's what we could do. We could kind of switch stuff around. We could subtract 64 and then subtract y, so it goes to the other side. So it's going to have a minus in the middle. So because of that, it's a hyperbola. Yeah. But you could just graph it in Desmos, and the only one that's a hyperbola is D. So for this one, Desmos is kind of your friend here. But that is all we have, friends. Have a good night. Or I'll see you soon for the test.